Ash trees dominate these ancient woodlands. The species has survived for centuries, but up to 80% could die from a deadly fungal disease. Ash dieback has already infected many trees here.
You get a nice green normal ash stem on much of the tree, but it discolours almost like a bruising on the tips, and this causes the leaves to wilt and eventually die.
The Woodland Trust has sealed off these woods to protect them, but it can't save these ash trees. European ash has no resistance to this Asian fungus, which spreads by wind. Extreme weather weakens diseased trees too, their loss a setback in combating climate change.
So all that carbon that's being sequestered, so essentially captured and held into the tree itself, is gone. That ecosystem service that those trees provide disappears. So all that carbon starts to release back.
Woodlands are turning golden as healthy trees shed leaves, but infected ash trees are bare in summer too. The Cotswolds is one of the worst affected areas. Ash dieback could change this landscape forever.
In landscapes like the Cotswolds, the ash tree is actually a very predominant species, and in some areas can be anything up to 70% of the tree canopy. So the impact on woodlands, but also on ash trees outside woodlands in those hedgerows, parks and fields, it's huge.
Local authorities are felling thousands of ash trees. Centuries of growth snatched away in seconds.
Gloucestershire Council has the enormous task of cutting back all the diseased ash trees from the roadside here, because once those trees have died, they present a potential hazard for passing drivers.
Ash is vital to the timber trade, and many forms of life depend on it too.
There's about 25 species of fungus and insect which rely solely on ash. It doesn't actually grow on anything else. But the ash tree as well is important for insects, birds, bats.
Oxford University researchers monitor the impact of ash dieback on the ecosystem.
So here we've got a microclimate station looking at light penetration, moisture, humidity and temperature.
As diseased trees die, the woodlands transform.
Ash dieback is bad as such for the woodland. We've got winners and we've got losers in any ecosystem, and all that ash dieback will do is change the ecosystem and change the habitats that we see.
No ash trees are resistant to the disease. The best hope is some could develop tolerance, but these tiny ash saplings won't survive. Planting other species helps counter the losses.
So whether you plant trees or allow natural regeneration, we're trying to find more areas where we can create woodland in the UK, so the wildlife that depends on all these ash trees has somewhere else to go when they all start to die.
The Trust plans to leave these dying trees to preserve habitats, but eventually all this ash could be gone. Without it, the future for woodlands may be bleak.